Okay, in this video, I would like to let you know how to use R to briefly explore your data set. So you can see this R script, C for extend data. So you can open this. It looks like here. Okay, C for extend data. And when you get the data, after you read the data, that we have discussed in the previous videos, you need to kind of use some way to explore, to understand what kind of variable you have and get some summary statistics of each variable. So you can do the following. First, you read the data using the read as CSV because your raw data is in the CSV file. But if in other format, you should use other function to read it. So after you read it, you will assign to this object. That's I think you should know. You can and one several thing I would like to remind you is you need to know where is your folder, and if you want, you might need to change the folders, the path. Okay, and then you need to make sure your data set is in the folder you just set up. Okay, so you can read the data, and that will create a data frame object, new object called ACS 2015 CSV. And after you load it, you will try to understand what the data you have. But you can also use some function to help you. One is called names. It shows the variable names in this data set, in this function, this object. Or use summary, it will display summary statistics of each variable. So you can do this. You will show the variable names here and some summary statistics for each variable. So it will give you some brief idea. For example, the year is 2004 and the gender or some income, family income, something like this. So that's very useful. Okay. And then you might need to try to understand whether the data you have some multiple repeat data. That's something you need to drop because it's not very useful. So you can install the package, this dplyr package, that's for data manipulation. It can provide a lot of commands that can help you to do data manipulation, data management. Okay. So you need to install this package. And the package here we want to use actually belong to this bigger package, Tdiverse. So you can also just install this, it's enough, because this is included. Okay. So you can use one function in this package called distinct to remove duplicate observation in your data frame object. That's very useful. So you can consider this function, distinct, is looks similar to the duplicate in data. It just helps you to detect your data set, whether they have some duplicate rows. Row means observation. So whether they have the duplicate, the repeat observation in terms of all variables, if you do not specify, they will check all the variables. So only the observation with exactly the same variables, the same value of variable for each variable, that such observation will be dropped. Only keep one. So you can so usually the data shouldn't have the repeat variable. So that's something you need to check. So then it will generate a new object, or you can return to the same object, kind of like replace that object. That's also fine. But you can generate a new object. And after you check, actually they do not drop any observation because all the observation are unique in terms of all the variables. And some, maybe you want to just specify specific variable you want to check, and you want to just keep the unique, for example, age, unique value for this variable. So you can just put the variable you want to check. So that will remove the duplicated rows in this data frame based on this variable, age. And you put keep all equal to true means you keep all other variables. But they only check the age. So for each specific age, they only keep one observation, because others are just repeat. So you can implement, and you will find the new data frame, new object you just create only have 92 observation, because each specific value of age, they only keep one. So only 92 unique value for the age variable. So they just pick one of observation with this value and store. So that's the how to use these distinct. Thanks.